Hi, my name is Jasmine, and Guru and I will be presenting on fundamental liberties. So, what is fundamental liberties is actually rights and also freedom that we have as human beings. Under it, there's few articles. The one that we're focusing on is actually Article 8 of the Federal Constitution, which is equality. The first subsection states that all people are equal in front of the law and are entitled to equal protection of the law. The second subsection actually states that no law shall discriminate against people on the basis of religion, ethnicity, descent, place of birth, or gender.
Good day, madam. My name is Lochana, and our group will be presenting on the case of Kamis and others versus state government of the Zulaikha and others. So, moving on to the facts of the case, the appellants named Mohammed Zahidi bin Mohammed Kamis, Shukr bin Jani, and one Fairul bin one Ismail are three transgender women. So, they were arrested, detained, and prosecuted pursuant to Section 66 of the Sharia Criminal Enactment 1992. So, they applied for the judicial review of the Section 66 on the grounds that it was unconstitutional. So, this Section 66, it states that it is unlawful for a Muslim man to act or pose as a woman in the public, and the convicted can be liable to a 1,000 ringgit fine or a term of imprisonment not exceeding 6 months or both. So the appellants were described as not normal males because they were having this gender identity disorder in short form GID. So these disorders is in which an individual exhibits marked and persistent identification with the opposite sex and persistent discomfort with their own sex. So this GID disorder was also confirmed by the psychiatrist from the care hospital, which they stated that this disorder is not a preference and it is eradicable. And so the appellants, they placed the arguments that it should be declared void as it violated a number of the constitutional rights, including the right to equality. So the High Court dismissed the application and the appellants were granted leave to appeal in this case.
Decision of the court. The parties that identify is Kamis and Ours versus State Government of Nordin and Ours. The court identified as Appeal Court in Malaysia, and the decision by the court is the court found that the Section 66 was inconsistent with a number of fundamental liberties contained within Part 2 the constitutions and was therefore unconstitutional. It was not disputed that all Islamic law must also be consistent with Part 2 of the constitutions, whereby according to Article 8, one discrimination can occur not only if there's a different in treatment of a people who are similarly situated, but also there is a similar treatment of people who are differently situated. The appellants, as male Muslims suffering from GID, were in a different situation from normal male Muslim. As they were unequals, they should not be treated similarly. Section 66 provided for equal treatment between the two groups. It did not provide any exception for sufferers of GID like the appellant. Other than that, Section 66 also prohibited male Muslim from cross-dressing or posing as a woman in public, but did not prohibit female Muslim from cross-dressing as a man. Therefore, Section 66 was discriminatory on the ground of gender and violated Article 8.2. In a further section, 66 was not personal law for the purpose of Article 8.5, which allowed discrimination on the basis of gender in personal law. Section 66 was not enacted pursuant to the sub-item of Item 1 of List 2 of the 9th Schedule referring to a personal law. Rather, it was enacted pursuant to the sub-item of Item 1 of List 2 that referred to the question and punishment of offences by person professing the religion of Islam against precepts of that religion.
Hello, I'll be explaining about analysis. So, focusing on Article 8 and Section 66. Article 8 focuses on equality under federal constitutional law, while Section 66 opposes a lot of men cross-dressings and so on. So, this is mainly supported by the fact that Article 8, Section 1, there are no exception in treatments towards GID male sufferers. Hence, this discriminates and degrades, and this causes unfairness towards the law. And then also, the prohibition only focuses towards males, while females don't have much effects in this Section 66 prohibition of cross-dressing. So this also goes against Article 8, subtopic 2, which focuses on gender equality. This applies a sign of discrimination as male are more punished compared to female, which is also against Article 8, which is for inequality. And because federal constitution is higher compared to Sharia law, obviously federal constitution will be prioritized. Hence, these claims are accepted and it can be denied. The court have all the reasons to claim that Section 66 was unconstitutional and void as it's highly against Article 8.
I'm Naomi and I will be talking about the issues of this case. So, three transgender women applied for judicial review of Section 66 of the Sharia Criminal Enactment 1992 on the grounds that it was found unconstitutional. It is because Section 66 states that any male person who in public place wears a woman attire and poses as a woman shall be found guilty of an offence and shall be liable on conviction to a fine not exceeding 1,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 months or to both, which means these individuals were not entitled to their equality as individuals. In Article 8 of the Fundamental Liberties, it is stated that every person are equal before the law and are entitled to equal protection of the law, and no one should be discriminated. And in this case, because of their gender, which is also stated in Article 8. Section 66 prohibits male Muslims from cross-dressing and also from posing as women in public, but it does not prohibit female Muslims from cross-dressing and as a man and posing as a man in public. Therefore, Section 66 was found discriminatory on the grounds of gender and violated Article 8, subsection 2. And this is because in the Federation of Malaysia, Islam is the religion of the Federation, but it does not extend to the legal perspective. And in other words, Islamic law is not the supreme law of the Federation because the Federal Constitution has clearly stated that supreme law of the country is the Constitution itself.
Conclusion, as for this case, as explained by my other group's members, the court held that Section 66 was unconstitutional and voided as it goes against the federal constitution, especially regarding the Article 8 on the equality. That's all from us. Thank you.